got a little behind on some of my Motivation Monday videos, and the interesting thing is this one has been on my mind for a couple weeks, and I haven't done it, and so I said, you know what, obviously I'm not really dressed up or anything. I look like caca today. I didn't sleep good last night. My hair's a wreck. No makeup, and so on and so forth. And I thought, well, this will be a great time to talk about this topic because I'm not at my best. And so I'm going to talk about trolls. And okay, so there's a little bit of a backstory. There is a YouTube person that I watch all the time. I love her videos. She's a reseller. She's got a pretty good sized YouTube channel, and she sells on eBay, and she's got a phenomenal eBay store, and she is very, very knowledgeable in the items that she sells. And one of the type of videos that she makes is the sold videos. So she does her haul videos, and then later on she goes back and she does another video to show how much she actually got for the pieces that she sold. And I find these very valuable. It helps me understand the value of things, and just to watch how she conducts her business and things like this. I like them. So there was two things that happened to her pretty close together. One of them was she had gotten a troll comment on some platform, I don't know which one it was, criticizing her because she buys things cheap and then sells them overpriced. Now, the interesting thing about it is she doesn't do buy it now on eBay. If you're familiar with it, there's two different ways you can price it. She always does hers at auctions. She starts all of her auctions at a certain price. And by the way, I'm not saying her name because I respect her. I don't really want to put her business out there, but the story that I'm telling you, I think, is very important and very relevant. So anyway, she starts everything at one price, and people bid on it, and whatever they bid on it, that's how much they sell it for. Nobody's forcing these people to pay that amount, and the public decides the value of the individual item. So she got criticized for that, and then she also is a mom, and in some of her videos her children are there, so she takes them sourcing. When she does some of her other videos, her lives, she does them in different places. Sometimes they're at her house, sometimes they're at a place another place where she conducts her business. She's had videos where her one child is helping, and she got criticized for taking her children along with her when she's doing her business, and you know, that upset her too. And her comeback was that you know, this is how she pays her bills and how she raises her children is nobody's business, and it's something along that line. And she decided that she was going to cut a lot of her videos, and after these two things happened in a very short period of time, I did reach out to her and told her my thoughts on it, and you know, that I support her and I respect her, and then I was kind of unhappy that she was going to discontinue this one particular type of video that she does because I found it very valuable. And she did not, thankfully. I think she did listen to what I had to say, and she made some adjustments on her channel to meet her needs and suit her needs. But there was a couple things that I told her, and I really wanted to pass this on to other people because this is a big phenomenon, I'll say, in social media. So if you're on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, any other of these social medias, especially for people who are growing and have larger and larger audiences, the incidence of being trolled is going to increase. The more popular you become on these different social medias, the more likely it is that these kind of people are going to find you out and try to really hurt you and or criticize you or something like that. So it happens. And I don't have a huge YouTube following. I don't have a huge eBay store. You know, I don't have a huge Facebook following on my business pages. I do have a good size on my personal personal Facebook, but these are people that I know I've either done business with, I've grown up with, and so on and so forth. So I don't get a lot of trolling myself on social media. But you can see I'm an old lady, and you know, there's always been trolls, but the social media has really broadened it, and it exposes us to even more people. So in my life growing up, I've been exposed to a lot of trolls in school, in the workplace. I lived with abusive people, two of them, which that's, you learn a lot that way. And if you want to know more about those type of things, I'll put a link below on a podcast I have about domestic violence and child abuse, and my story on that, if you're really interested in that and where that came from. And for me, it's really relevant because that's like hardcore trolling when you're living with somebody who is criticizing you. But out in the world, okay, I just want to address that. So, and I think too, this is something that we need to teach our children, because they're exposed to more of this than I ever was. We didn't have all this kind of stuff when I was growing up. It was just the people that you knew on your street, or you passed in the hallways, or rode on the bus with, saw at the mall, those kind of things. But now the whole world can see somebody if they put something out there. So, and we really need to help each other deal with these things. And so I have some thoughts and some ideas. And my first thing, one of the things that I told her was, she wouldn't have been so quick to stop her business, okay? Because her YouTube studio or her YouTube videos are a business. And if somebody met her in a thrift store or wherever she was sourcing things and made a comment to her about her children or the type of things that she was flipping, she would not shut down her eBay store. She would respond differently and go on about her business, because it is her business, it is her livelihood. And so, depending on what your purpose is on social media, that should help you get some perspective. So in her case, one of the things that she's done, if there's videos that involve her children, she just blocks comments. And you can do that. You can block people, or you can turn comments off on YouTube if you don't want somebody to make comments about certain things in your life, like your children or your husband or whatever, your house. You don't have to get comments. And she does it only on those types of videos, and I think that was a great way for her to solve that problem. So you can block people. A lot of these social, and thank God, a lot of the social platforms, all of them, I'm pretty sure, you can block people from making comments and trolling on your different social media sites. And it's a tool that I think that we forget we have. When somebody comes on and they say something ignorant and mean, our first response a lot of times is to punch back. And it's really, I think it's a waste of your time and energy. People who say mean things and criticize what you're doing, they're either a miserable person or there's something they don't understand. So, like, for example, one of my very first videos was on how to use a feather duster. And, I was new at YouTube. I didn't know that much about videos. And I went slowly because I was explaining it. And one of the first comments I got early on was, this is boring. You're taking too long. And I had to go back to that person and explain, if I'm really working and not doing a video, I'm not going to go so slow through it. I got time that I need to be managing properly too. So if I'm really, really working, I don't go slow like that. I want to get in the job, get it done, and get out. But I'm showing somebody how to do it, so I'm going slower so that the viewer can understand. So that's how I handled that one, and they never responded again after that, and that's fine. So sometimes people just need to be educated because they don't understand what you're trying to do. Also, at least on YouTube, I know that there are words that you can block. So depending on what your topic is, you can have all the profanity words blocked. You can have anything with links to other sites, any kind of web links. You can have those things blocked. if there's certain terms that you don't want to hear or see because they bring out some sort of negativity, like fat or ugly, or derogatory terms towards other types of people, either racial or gender or whatever, you can block those terms and those comments don't ever show up. The other thing is, when things come on that are actually, sorry, it's kind of noisy truck, I apologize, troll me if you like, right? When things come up, they distracted me, I'm so sorry. Dang. Fodder for the trolls. Hate speech, that's what I was talking about. Hate speech. When things come up in your feed that are hate speech, as far as I know, Parler may be an exception to this, but most of the other platforms that I'm aware of have a way to block and report people who do things that are socially unacceptable, like hate speech and bullying. And you can tell the difference between somebody who's just making a negative comment and actually being downright nasty and hateful. It's something that we shouldn't tolerate, and we should be holding these people accountable for in the capacity that we have. So, depending on the nature of it, I mean, if somebody's threatening, what's going on today? I didn't think it was going to be this noisy. I am so sorry. That's a motorcycle. It's Sunday afternoon, and I guess people are just out. Whatever. This is just an example of how to do a poor video and invite people to criticize. So, have at it, Anyway, we should not be tolerating hate speech and threatening type of things. So those things, you do have a little bit of power. And if you feel insecure, like you're truly in danger, there is the police. These things are becoming illegal to do online, and we do have resources at our disposal to protect ourselves. I was going to say fight back, but I think really it's just to protect ourselves. You don't have to fight back, but you do have to protect yourself. So, my final thoughts on this is that, thinking particularly about this lady that I'm thinking of, she has a mission, and I've been watching her for a while, and I can tell how her channel has evolved and the types of content that she's putting out. And I am in her Facebook group as well. It's a wonderful group. I'm not going to say I'm sorry because I really do want to protect her, but her Facebook group is very valuable. She doesn't allow people to be nasty in that group. And here's another thing. I kind of came to her rescue. I went more one-on-one because I felt so strongly about what she was going through. But there was another comment on another video that I had done. It was about freezing mushrooms. And I just did it my way. This is how I do it, and that's what I did. I did the video to help people. And interestingly, there was a spike in that video viewing when COVID happened, because I think people had bought a lot of stuff and they didn't know what to do with it. But yeah, that video went, the viewing on that video went way up right around the time when COVID first started. But anyway, there was a comment on there. I don't remember exactly what it was. It was somebody made a comment that basically I'm wasting my time. I'm doing it the hard way, whatever. And I didn't respond to it right away because I didn't feel that it was something that was totally troll. I had to kind of think about it for a minute. They were kind of criticizing what I had to say, but there may have been a little bit of truth in what they were saying too. So I waited, to get my head straight, because I didn't want to say something stupid or automatically block somebody who may have actually had something valuable to add to the conversation. But the interesting thing happened, and I have profanity basically blocked on my comments. So if you go on there and call me a BI, the whole word, I'll never see your comment. And some other choice words. I just don't really allow a lot of profanity on on my content, on my comments. But somebody came back and they kind of abbreviated the F word and you know, said F you to this person, and that basically I was just trying to help somebody, and there was no reason for it was a guy, to criticize my video. And I don't think this person ever responded back to it. But here's the thing, you know, as you develop a following and you develop some sort of relationship with the people who are watching your content or looking at your content, because you will, it may not be, you know, a very truly intimate, but there is some sort of a relationship that we develop with the people who view our content. And I can tell you, I can think of 2 people immediately that I have never met. They live almost, well, one of them really does live on the other side of the United States, and the other one lives almost on the other side of the United States. And the likelihood that I'll ever be able to shake hands with these people is pretty slim. But they watch my content. I should do a shout out. So one is Michael, and I'll probably say his name wrong. He did tell me how to pronounce it, but it's Michael Murrow. I love him. He is my closest YouTube friend, and very supportive. And the other one is Fox, the cutest dog in the West, and Fox's mama occasionally will send me a little comment. And I bring this up because I had a video that I posted yesterday, and it was fine when I viewed it, you know, reviewed it, but somehow the audio got messed up when it uploaded onto YouTube, probably because of the traffic, I don't know. But she sent me a comment, and she was nice about it, but I could have taken it the wrong way if I didn't know her, you know, and that kind of thing. But she's like, the audio, I can barely hear it. And so I sent back to her, thank you, you know, I'll see what I can do to fix it. I haven't figured it out yet. If you guys know anything, put it down here. I need all the help I can get. But, you know, if she was a new person and I didn't know that she actually liked my videos, and we have some friendly banter going on back and forth between us, I could have been offended, although what she said was true. You know, so, you know, take that into consideration, that sometimes we get our panties in a knot when in reality somebody's telling you something to help you. You know, you might want to step back and just take a breath and think about what they said. It might not have come out real well the way they wrote it, or maybe you just read it in a way, you know. So, but there's no reason, well, there is, okay, we need to toughen up. If you have a purpose for your YouTube videos, whatever that purpose is, if you have a purpose and you want people that you don't know to see your content, or any other platform for that matter, okay, so you're reaching out to the world, just know that you're going to come across butt heads occasionally. There are going to be people who say stupid stuff, who are mean, who want to get a rise out of you, and are looking for some kind of a negative response. And you don't have to do that. If you can't think of something nice to say, don't say anything at all. And I'm talking about people like you and me, not the trolls. Trolls are going to troll, and we can't fix those people. And I don't have the time to do that, to be quite honest with you, and they are not my problem. My problem is me, my business, what I'm doing with my life and my family. And if somebody's a troll, you know, shoot, go on. I don't have time for you. You know, if it stings too much, I'll block it. But it's something to think about. And I felt kind of bad for her in the beginning, but I think that I probably was not the only person who reached out to her. I just tried to do it a little bit more intimately because I felt very passionately about my feelings towards it. And so she just moved on. She's still showing her haul videos and things that she picks up. She's still continuing to show her sold videos, and she's dealt with the videos where her children are around, you know, in a way that she can manage. And turning off the comments is actually a really good example. Surprisingly, and maybe it's just because the algorithm doesn't pick it up in her videos because it's not predominantly about her children, but we know that YouTube will not allow comments on videos that feature children. So that was a smart move, I think, for her. Anyway, if you've gotten this far, I really appreciate it. I hope that you found this helpful, and I hope that this will help you get through today, and that you will excuse my whatever this is, and stay motivated, and I will try to do better getting these videos out. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.